What's happening, everybody? Greg Ehrenberg here from OddsShopper. We're breaking down another NBA slate. And as you guys come in, do me a favor by liking the video and subscribing to the YouTube channel. All of your engagements, they're appreciated. They help us in the YouTube algorithm, help us grow our YouTube channel. So also, if you have any questions or comments, leave those below. I always like to know what thoughts you guys have about this slate, or if there's any additional bets that you guys have that I didn't think about. There's a good chance I might end up tailing you if you guys have a bet you really like and there's some sound logic behind it. So any other comments, anything at all you want to say, always leave that in the comment section. I check all of those out. And we had a really good betting day yesterday. Had 3 bets in the video. We swept the card. We won all 3. Allowed it on the back of Nikola Jokic, who remains a sizable favorite to win MVP. And yesterday, he put up some big numbers. He had a massive triple-double, and we bet him -120 to put up a triple-double. We also had Jokic for over 22.5 points, so won both our Jokic bets. And then we had one additional bet in the late game of the night, Pascal Siakam under 5.5 assists, and never even really came close. This one, he never threatened hit the over, so we won that bet as well. 3 for 3. Always feel nice to have a really solid winning day where we win all of our bets, and hopefully we get more of that coming into the weekend. Also, starting next week, I'm going to be working on a new piece of betting content. I'm really excited about it and wanted to let you guys know about it as well. With the NCAA tournament about to start, I'm also going to be doing some college basketball bets and using some of the tools we have on the site to identify and highlight for you guys how I come across those bets. So just be on the lookout for that. Next week is that I'm going to be doing a lot of additional bets outside of just the NBA. So check that out, and I hope you guys support that piece of content as well. But let's break down Saturday's NBA slate. We did really well on Friday. Let's try to make this a really clean weekend. I got a couple more bets for you today. These are my favorite ones on the board. So to start us off, I am betting Derrick White for under 14.5 points. And in our projections, we've got Derrick White sitting at 12.4 today. The under expected to win well over 50% of the time, 55%. So I think this is a really strong bet, mostly because we have a lot of data on Derrick White as a starter for the Celtics. And it's funny because the intention for the Celtics coming into the year was not for Derrick White to be a starter, but this team has had so many injuries over the course of the year that White has actually started far more games than he's come off the bench for. We've seen Derrick White start 55 times. He's only come off the bench 12 times for this entire season. So I've seen it brought up. People, when in the 6th man of the year debate, people said, well, what about Derrick White? Well, he's having a really solid year, but he's actually more of a starter than he is a bench player just based on how many games he's been in the starting lineup for Boston. But what's most important about this bet is that the line is really inflated because he's back in the starting lineup with Robert Williams injured. But we have so much data on him as a starter that it doesn't really make sense to me that the line is 14.5, because of all those starts I mentioned for Derrick White, 55 of them, he's averaging 12.7 points per game, which is, fairly close to the projection we have on him today. We have him projected for 12.4. And if you guys want to see those numbers, you could get a free trial to NBA Bet Pro by clicking on the link below, where we've got all our projections for NBA prop bets each night. And also, you look at some of the recent games for Derrick White. Sure, he put up 21 points last game, but his 2 previous starts, he had 12 points. Actually, go back his last 4 starts, 12 points, 13 points, 11 points. Once again, just on the whole, this is a guy who averages well under 14.5 points as a starter, and has only hit the over on that, in about 25% of his starts this year. So Derrick White looks like a little bit of an inflated total for me. I like the under, Derrick White under 14.5 points. Today's sponsor, it's DraftKings Sportsbook, and if you guys haven't signed up at DraftKings yet, take advantage of our offer, because you click on the link below, and then when you do, your first $5 moneyline bet that you place pays out $150 as long as that side ends up winning. And I've actually got a tennis one for you guys. This is on Sunday. Danny Medvedev is playing as a -6,000 favorite in a tennis match. This is the safest bet you're going to find. And typically, you would have to wager $60 just to win $1 on Medvedev. But with this offer, you sign up using our link, you place a $5 bet on Medvedev, and it pays out $150 when he wins his match on Sunday. Signing up by using the link, it does help us. It lets DraftKings know that we are the ones who sent you. So that's why the link down below helps us out if you guys do use that when you sign up. But also, if you or anybody you know has a gambling problem, do call or text the number 1-800-GAMBLER. Now, the one other bet I like for today, it is my arch nemesis, Jimmy Butler, over 1.5 steals. Jimmy Butler, everybody knows by now, him and I, we've got bad blood. There was a boxing match that was supposed to be arranged, but Jimmy Butler pulled out, never signed the paperwork, and now he doesn't respond to me on Twitter anymore. So Jimmy Butler and I, we don't really get along, but I like the over 1.5 steals for him today for a couple of reasons. Number one, we project him for 2.1 steals in our projections. Also, if you look at Jimmy Butler for the year, he's averaging about 2 steals per game. And out of the 53 games that he's played, he actually has hit the over on the steals prop in 30 out of the 53. But furthermore, I think one of the reasons that we should really project Jimmy Butler a little bit better now than we were a couple of weeks ago is the minutes are finally going up for Butler. And for the longest time this year, Jimmy Butler was not playing in back-to-backs. He also was being limited to like 30 to 32-ish minutes per game by the Miami Heat. That is not the case anymore. Here are the last few games for Jimmy Butler. 35 minutes against Cleveland, 35 minutes again in a game against Cleveland, 33 minutes against the Hawks, 34 minutes against the Hawks, and then 33 minutes against the Knicks. So we're getting like 2 to 3 more minutes per game out of Jimmy Butler, and that's just going to help his counting stats across the board. He's already been great in the steals department this year. So I think all of this leads to an over on Jimmy Butler in the steals. He's been great on the defensive end of the court this year. He's been great at racking up steals. I like him to get a couple of them today and go over 1.5 steals. So recapping today's bets, we got a couple of them. Derrick White under 14.5 points. Jimmy Butler over 1.5 steals. Let me know below what you guys think about these bets. Do you love them? Do you hate them? Or are there just other bets that you want to ask me about? I'll ask all those questions below in the comment section. Also, I hope you guys have a great weekend. It would be great if we have another undefeated day. Went 3-0 yesterday. Hopefully, we get a clean sweep for the entire weekend, Friday through Saturday. Once again, Derrick White under 14.5 points. Jimmy Butler over 1.5 steals. Good luck today, guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend.